Hello everybody and welcome back to Vietnam Shellshock 67 here with Ian Buckingham on Off the Shelf Reviews. And I'm joined by my good buddy Gary.
Yeah, I've come back out of the bushes, Ian.
Yeah,
Did you see those markers I left for you?
Why can't you just defuse the grenades instead of leaving them there with me?
Man, I could blow myself up if I do that, you know?
Yeah, we're going to get blown up.
Yeah. So where are we to now?
Right, we are heading to...
Is it safe?
We are heading back out into the bush.
Right.
And we are heading to the village that I went to in video 2.
Okay.
We have to rescue the special forces guys, I think.
They're special forces. Shouldn't they be rescuing you?
Yes, but as the story's been developing, information is being leaked from my base.
To where?
Well, to the VC.
Right.
So the VC are knowing where we are going on a mission somehow. Somebody is leaking the information, and that's how the special forces got trapped. I'm going out to rescue the special forces, and we're going to hopefully hunt down.
So is this going to be another bug hunt?
It's always a bug hunt in Nam. I mean, look at that. Decapitated heads and body parts. Ah,
I was going to say, they don't look alive.
You just want them to take a night off. Just take a night off, guys. Seriously. I haven't slept since I've got here. It's devastating.
So this is going to be a nighttime mission? So this is guns blazing time?
I'm going to try not to be guns blazing.
Okay,
I'm going to try and obviously stealth as best as I can, but it's a little bit difficult when I've got you in my ear.
Well, it is really, because whilst you try and stealth around and listen to this guy give you the mission, I'm just going to keep talking at you, Ian.
Yeah.
And you know why I want to keep talking at you, Ian? I'm pretty excited to talk about film that just came out recently.
Oh, really? What film was that, Gary?
Deadpool.
Oh.
Man, you know what? You know what's even more special about Deadpool is that it was probably my second ever midnight screening for a film.
Okay.
The first one I went to was Star Wars. You know, the new
Force
one.
Awakens.
The Force Awakens.
Force
yeah.
Awakens.
And you know, it was sort of like, you know, given there was a bunch of people in fancy dress and everyone was getting excited, but
yeah,
the cinema was half full. It was like, well, where is everybody? You know, you'd think it'd be a super special event, but it just didn't feel like it.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to see Deadpool on the midnight release screening, and the cinema was heaving. It was packed. I was like, I don't see it this busy in the middle of the summer holiday break, you know?
But it's Deadpool.
But I was like, but how has Deadpool got this successful?
It's because it's Deadpool.
Is it just because it's Deadpool? I mean,
well,
because Deadpool
really.
is a really seriously a minor character in the Marvel universe.
But he has picked up over the last couple of years.
Over the last couple of years, he has become a lot of people's favourites, and it's kind of a hipsterish thing to go, oh yeah, Deadpool, favourite Marvel character. But there's a certain characteristic about him that just makes him so appealing to watch.
He's violent.
He's violent, he's vulgar, and he's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, he's everything you wouldn't expect from the Marvel universe, and they've just come along and gone, here.
Well, he was kind of a joke character beforehand, and you know, it wasn't.
Yeah,
he went through a couple of different writers before the character of Deadpool became sort of the fourth wall breaking character he's become now.
Yeah, he can dimension jump and fucking do all the different stuff. I mean, I haven't read it myself, but hasn't he wiped out the Marvel universe, killed like every single person?
Well, spoilers for the Marvel comic universe.
Yeah,
but I think Deadpool is dead.
Oh,
for reals.
Yeah.
This time.
He's been killed off, but over his time,
he has, you know, what you could say Wolverine's regeneration ability. He can regenerate from almost nothing.
Yeah.
But, you know, when he's reduced to nothing, there is nothing left to regenerate.
Still hurts a lot.
It still hurts a lot.
But getting back to the film.
He kind of gets used to it. But so, getting back to the film, going back to the film, just before we talk about that, we'll talk about X-Men Wolverine Origins mishap that happened.
What, that the film got made?
Well, I mean, what's your thoughts on that film, Ian? We never really talked about it.
What are my thoughts on Wolverine's origin? It was fun. If I knew absolutely nothing about the Marvel universe, it would be fun, because then I'd be like, oh look, there's Hugh Jackman. Way. It was. I couldn't believe that film had a giant Hugh Jackman head in it.
Was that with the helicopter fire explosion?
Yeah, the fire explosion. I went to the cinema, and I was sat in there at a perfect seat. The film was going on, and then bang, and giant Hugh Jackman's head, and I was just like, okay, this film's gone stupid. You know, I was a Deadpool fan by that point. I was glad they brought him in at the beginning. when he turned into whatever that thing was at the end, I was just
Yeah.
like, here we go. I'm in a film now because
They're just going, hey, you remember these characters? Let's just throw them in here
Yeah,
because
yeah.
who knows? We might get sequels. We might get other origin stories.
Well,
Whatever.
it's not about Deadpool. It's about Wolverine, and that was
Yeah.
the issue. I was just like, Wolverine's only as good because of the people he's interacted with. The film was pretty bad.
So, what did you think of Ryan Reynolds' performance as Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine?
There has only ever been one Ryan Reynolds film that I've disliked.
Really? So you
There
are
is-
a fan of Ryan Reynolds?
I am a big fan of Ryan Reynolds. There was only one film. It was I think it was his first. Is Van Wilder Party Liaison?
See, I thought that was
It was
pretty awful.
It was
I'm not a big fan of a lot of National Lampoon films, though.
Well, that was it. It was called a National Lampoon's film, but it wasn't really. Sorry, Sarge, going the wrong way. It wasn't really a National Lampoon's film. It was. Guys, where are you going? This way. It was a really bad college film, and that was the only one film that of his that I've disliked.
Okay, so
every
yeah,
other
yeah.
one, his mouth, he just rolls his lines.
Well,
he acts
I
his
gotta
part.
say, I was really undecided because at first I just took him as the alternative to Matthew McConaughey.
Oh no,
know,
no.
At the time, because a lot of them, both of them appeared in a lot of films, and they were all shirtless, like over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
And it was just like,
The
right,
difference
these are
is-
the new kind of eye candy male wannabe actors until Matthew McConaughey became fucking fantastic acting sort of sensation lately.
Matthew McConaughey
Yeah,
is a
so
very
that's one
serious
story.
actor.
But
Ryan
so-
Reynolds is a comedy.
But Ryan
actor.
Reynolds is I would say he's a comedy actor, but he dabbled in horror movies. He
Yes.
did the Amityville Horror
Amityville
remake,
Horror was
which I
pretty-
thought was
pretty good.
fucking garbage.
Oh, that film was pretty damn good. I've always been
No.
a fan of.
Oh god, no. Okay,
Amityville.
that's it. That's gone on the review list. The entire Amityville saga is on the review
Well,
list.
not the entire. Sorry. Okay.
Right, all the way up to the silly lamp.
We're digressing.
We're gonna get all the way.
digressing.
Yeah, I know, but we're gonna get all the way to the lamp at least.
Yeah.
The TV. Yeah. Well, okay. So, but yeah, so I didn't like the remake, and I didn't really like Ryan Reynolds in that. I was like, get out of my horror movies, because
Right.
get back to your comedies,
Yeah.
And I seen a couple of other films with him in Forgettable, and then I watched the film where it was just his performance from start to finish. I can't remember what it was called. Was it Buried?
Oh, where he's in a box.
Where he's
Yeah.
in a box, he's in a
box.
coffin the entire film, and it's just his performance, and it's a very, somber movie.
Yeah.
But it was, his acting performance, just like Tom Hanks does in Castaway, he keeps you wanting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So that kind of changed my perspective on Ryan Reynolds, and so seeing him as Deadpool, I was just like, I think it's gone to waste, obviously. But his performance as Deadpool, when I saw the viral video for it that went out, and it was
Yeah.
like, quickly deleted off of YouTube, and it was like the company didn't want you to see this. This was just something to try and get people interested in maybe making the movie Deadpool.
Yeah.
That scene is pretty much in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's-
it's been in like every trailer. I've seen that scene so much. But
Yeah.
he was funny in Wolverine's origin. I mean, like I said, Ryan Reynolds' mouth. Jesus Christ. Ryan Reynolds' mouth just kept me hooked in Wolverine's origin, and then he runs into that room and then he's gone for the rest of the film. And I'm like, okay. The backlash from this is going to be great.
And it has been.
And it has been.
Yeah, totally. Well, it's
And-
been totally.
Luckily, the company have just gone, make it
We made a
make
mistake
it an
and,
18
yeah.
movie. Make it nasty, make it vulgar. Why?
Well, that's the
Because
thing.
if we don't,
that's what
they're gonna.
Deadpool has done. The movie is
Ladies, what are you doing?
vulgar, and it is violent, and it is gory. The sequence that you see in the trailer with him in the car.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Spoilers. I mean, it's in the trailers.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I mean, that's small spoilers. I will.
Yeah.
I said to Ian beforehand, if we talk about Deadpool, I will not spoil the film, but I will talk about it.
Yeah.
In his, I'll try and review it without spoiling, which I know is not what we usually do, Ian.
Yeah, but obviously that scene that you're talking about.
But that scene
is in the trailer.
Is in the trailer, and you can probably skip the next 5 minutes, I suppose, if you want to. Or just put the game on mute and listen to some rock and roll. But that sequence in the movie was a really tight action sequence.
Yeah.
And it was, I guess, emphasized because in a lot of action movies, you see these bodies and you see all these car wrecks, but you never really see the damage that these bodies are taking.
Yeah.
Some of the deaths in that chase sequence when they're on that high speed sort of chase, is horrific. It's kind of Final Destination worthy gore.
Nice.
And it's just like,
nice.
damn, these people got torn up. And it was brilliant because Deadpool kind of breaks the fourth wall. He pauses the movie. You know, he gets. It's going to ruin a joke.
Right.
But he gets. They say that they're going to go and see. They're going to go to the professor's house. You know, the X-Men's Academy School.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, who's it going to be? McAvoy or Stewart? And
Nice.
you're just like, you know, the
Nice,
in-jokes.
nice.
When he's being taken into, when he's talking about his suit, he asks them not to make him a green CGI suit. And so he just like, he's talking about his other movies for DC.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that kind of character
Yeah,
of Deadpool is just what.
Point. He
it's
was
so interesting.
Green Lantern, wasn't he?
He was the Green Lantern.
And you know what? I do actually like Green
You know
Lantern.
what? Green Lantern could be one of my favorite DC guilty pleasures.
It's just
because it was awful. It was awful, but I
What was
enjoyed
awful
it.
about it? He had a ring, and he could fly around, and he had to fight. Yeah, okay, the boss wasn't so great, but what were you expecting? A 3-hour epic? But
Well,
Ryan Reynolds in the suit was a Green Lantern to me. You know, he does make these crazy things just appear. Why? Because he's got the ring, which allows him to make these crazy things appear. It's better than Fantastic Four.
Well, I never actually got. I watched the original Fantastic Four movies.
I haven't seen the new one.
I haven't seen the new one yet either.
I hear-
It got such bad press, and I was kind of frowned
I
on
heard
it
the
anyway.
new one is supposed to be really bad.
Oh, so bad that it's probably getting a sequel because they don't want to give the rights up to it.
Oh, no. That's their little cash cow.
It is. You
But-
just know the budget's going to keep getting dropped and dropped.
Yeah.
But no,
Oh,
I haven't
but
got around to see it, but I will see it because it a couple of people have told me, forget the critics, it was at least average. I'm like, okay, well, you're kind of trying to save it, I guess.
Yeah.
But you can still be entertained by the schlocky superhero movies.
Yeah.
Just don't take it too seriously, and that's what I
They-
try. That's what I
they
had
should
to.
just give up that. They should give up that contract, that Fantastic Four contract. Just
Or
give
do,
it back.
or do like what Sony are doing and leasing out the characters, like Spider-Man's being lent to the Avengers.
It's such bullshit.
It is such bullshit.
Stanley's just like, oh, man.
They're all my family, but
what the
look
fuck
at
did
them
I
all.
do,
They're all
you know?
infighting with each other.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah.
fighting for box office here. Just know though that 10 years from now it's going to be Spider-Man versus Superman, or they're going to cross over eventually. It's going to be like when they run out of all the ideas and they've covered all the stories, they'll be like, right, it's time to merge them.
Yeah. Merge them all
Cinematically, yeah.
in a 5-hour epic.
You're gonna wonder who's gonna be playing these characters down the line, or do you reckon they'll actually down the line do like the alternate futuristic like they did in the animated shows where they did old Batman and his prodigy and
They'll mix it up. They've always got to keep it changing. At the moment, Marvel are doing quite well, and I suppose DC are doing quite well with their seriousness movies.
we'll find out with Superman versus Batman or whichever way the title is.
which I think is just going to be another big epic beatdown
Spectacle.
Spectacle.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Like
what
I said,
everyone's
I'm
going
excited for the next
Suicide
Batman film
Suicide Squad
and Suicide Squad. That's one of the
Suicide
films I'm
Squad
most excited for this year.
is going to be good.
But just to round out my Deadpool sort of review, it was a hell of a lot of fun. There was a lot of gags, a lot of good violence. Some of the action scenes, there could have been a few more, but what's there is really good. The comic relief
Right.
characters are good.
Yeah.
You know what had everybody in the cinema laughing was the opening title sequence.
Okay.
Because it doesn't list any of the actors, it just lists them. Some English villain, some attractive girl, some funny sidekick.
Nice.
And so the whole cinema was laughing just at the opening credits. And to my surprise, when Star Wars, after the midnight screening, after the film finished, people just kind of got up and walked out.
Yeah.
When Deadpool finished, everybody got up and applauded. And I was like,
Wow.
wait a minute, we're in England, right? Right? We're in the southwest of England, right? We don't applaud movies down here. It's not the done thing. But everyone got up and applauded. And that was like, you just knew it was special. And like I said, it was so full. I didn't even get like the center comfortable seats. I was off to the right of the screen somewhere.
Yeah.
And so
Got there a bit late.
Yeah, I got there a bit late, but yeah, I tried to turn up to avoid the trailers because I hate the spoilers. I like to just know what's coming and then just go in as fresh as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but of course I saw all the trailers and a lot of them were meh. But yeah, that's because I just don't like trailers. But yeah, so the standing ovation was a surprise, and I don't know whether it's in part because the movie almost never happened, because it did have a low budget, that there wasn't a huge following for Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. There was all kinds of things. So the fact that it got made and that it's not great,
Yeah.
but it is a lot of fun. I keep saying every time I go to the cinema lately, I want to watch a film, and you'll understand probably my wavelength of having fun in the cinema when I say that I had a lot of fun watching Guardians of the Galaxy. So much so, it's the only film I've watched in the cinema twice in the last 10 years.
Wow.
And Deadpool I could easily go and watch again in the cinema, because I had that much fun watching it. So
Highly recommended then.
it's highly recommended.
Oh, what? I looked at you for a second. What happened there?
I don't know. I'm not paying attention to.
I just rescued the elders. I'd got there. I'd stopped the execution, and I was
Is
just
that
like,
Monty? Is that Jez?
That's
What's he
Monty.
doing here?
He was trapped. He was trapped in this hole. He'd been captured after the special forces guys had been.
It's not nice to talk about Jez's room that way.
It's just where I found him in Nam. That's where he lives with us. I managed to get all the way down there. I was in the zone. I was in the zone. You were talking about Deadpool. Everything was cool, and then it's like mission failed. I'm like, what?
Did you shoot a friendly?
No.
Did you let a friendly die?
Might have.
Did you shoot the
Oh, I've
spy?
got to escort them home. Yeah, that's right.
Aren't they home already?
No,
They're in the jungle.
they were lured off for an
The
execution.
amount of racism I've heard from you in the last few videos.
It wasn't racism.
It's been kind of borderline hilarious.
Yeah, but I'm in the special forces now. I've got to keep it mean, keep it clean.
Okay, I'll let you concentrate for 2 minutes.
Actually, I do have something I want to bring up.
Yeah?
Actually, I came across something on YouTube recently that made me very angry.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, we obviously
Serious
have
now,
our.
Ian.
Yeah,
You've
serious.
got-
They're serious. I'm in a
you've
serious
gone-
mode.
You've gone super
I'm in a
serious
serious
all of a
mode,
sudden.
right?
Okay.
And obviously our reviews, we abide by the copyright laws that the companies give us by showing such length clips.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a certain clip to edit into one of our reviews, and
Okay.
came across a film that I could not believe was on YouTube and could be watched.
Oh.
A Serbian film.
What?
A Serbian film is
What?
on YouTube. I do not recommend searching
Hey.
that, but if you want to,
I need to
obviously
hear that a third time.
check it out. A Serbian film is on YouTube. Yes, I could not believe it myself, so I clicked on it.
How many views has that film had?
I don't want to think about it, Gary.
I'm afraid to load the page up
yeah.
that could contribute to the crypto factor of looking at that page
that
on YouTube.
film. I mean,
How is it still on there?
how does this
How does
how
it
does this
have
film
not have
even
an
exist?
Age restriction on it.
It doesn't even have an age restriction. It does not have an age restriction, ladies
So
and gentlemen.
8-year-olds can watch this movie.
You
know?
could just-
your 6-year-old can grab the laptop and accidentally type in Serbian movie.
Could actually type in a Serbian film. But the thing I couldn't believe, I couldn't realize, couldn't work out, and it's something I wanted to bring up. Obviously, you just brought up Deadpool, X-Men, Wolverine's origin, and things like that.
Yeah.
We talk about bad films.
Well,
We talk about shit films. We talk about films that really, obviously, get us worked up.
not so much actually, because people have said, "Hey, wait a minute, why don't you guys fight more?"
Yeah, people want us to fight more. You wait until we do Blade Runner. Then we'll have an argument.
there's going to be a throwdown.
There'll be a... But a film like a Serbian movie existing,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Pardon my language, but what the fuck?
Yeah, I guess you could put it in that category. I'm also going to put that in the category of never to be reviewed by us.
No, unless you paid me like £1,000. But then
Yeah.
I'll just warn you now that the review will probably consist of me and the F word.
a
lot.
and just a really long beep.
Yeah. I mean, it brings me to what I want to talk about as well. There was a film that we reviewed.
But you know what? We could actually review the film and then just as a skits, just have clips of Disney films, just over the top of what we're describing.
Yeah. Just
It's the
over
only
everything.
way.
Just
It's the only way.
The
to
only
keep-
way. The only way. But
Sorry.
the fact that like I said, we talk about bad films.
Yeah,
And
we
one
do.
of the films we reviewed a while ago was Tekken.
Yes, yeah.
And I really did not.
Well, I
like
know that
Tekken.
film really got under your skin.
He's dead
What are you
again.
doing?
There's a kid. There's elders down there. The elders are being executed, and I've got to get to that blue marker, which I keep getting down there.
Yeah.
And I've rescued the elders twice.
Okay.
But we reviewed Tekken,
Yes.
and I recommended, and I have to apologize now, I recommended watching a Serbian film instead of Tekken. I'd like to retract that statement.
Oh my god!
I would like to retract that statement. Nothing is bad.
We've got this recorded, right?
This is on record. Yeah, this is on record. I would
Tekken
rather
is no longer
watch.
the worst movie.
Tekken is no longer the worst movie in my book. The worst movie ever made for me is a Serbian film.
Now, why does that film offend you so much? I mean, if nobody ever knows,
Do I really have to say? Do I really have to? I mean, I'm in the middle of the jungle trying to save these elders. You're gonna bring that up?
Yeah, Ian, do it.
Man, I'm just not watching a film where child molestation and sexual abuse and whatever else the film is trying to convey to me. I'm just not into that. The story doesn't make any sense. It's totally... People say it's supposed to be realistic. I'm not going to deny that. There are probably people in the world doing that. What is in that film? But I don't want to know about it. I don't think other people should know about it. If we can stop it, we should totally stop it and never make films about it, ever.
Was it just the attempt to just be the most notorious film ever made? Was that its
Possibly.
attempt?
There's a long
Because, you know,
long list of them.
Because there was, I mean, like Cannibal Holocaust was just like one of them
Oh, mate,
for a long time.
You know what? Cannibal Holocaust
Especially
really
that
doesn't...
turtle scene.
Yeah, the turtle scene.
Because that was a real turtle.
There are
Yeah.
worse films than Cannibal Holocaust out there.
Yes, yeah.
There are worse.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hate the whole
You know,
snuff
they've been
movie
doing
kind of thing.
That's it. They've been doing it for years, and I'm like, you know what? I'd rather watch Tekken.
Well, on the same grim, similar kind of thing, one of my favorite TV presenters actually just got charged this week for sexual molestation of
Really?
Rolf Harris.
Oh man, Rolf Harris has been in jail for like 6 months.
Yeah, I know, but he's just been done now for like 7 accounts of it, and I was just you know, the whole thing, the whole fiasco was going on and on and on, and all these celebrities and all these icons of yesteryear all being done for.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just like some of it you were just like, you know, they're all just being called under the kettle, but then you'd soon realise that they're all true.
But yeah,
they
they were doing a lot of drugs back in the day.
Yeah.
They were doing a lot of drugs back in the day and thought it was a good idea, and it was not.
Yeah.
It was not. You know, Rolf Harris is probably there with the whole "hey man, free love" thing. No, Rolf, love is not free. It costs somebody. Okay, Rolf. You know, no means no. Okay. You know. There's just certain things that you just never do. You should never do, and humans do it. It always brings me up to the point of why humans are insane. I mean, look at me. I'm lobbing grenades at people. This is the world that we live in, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what I'm doing.
Man.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy. And this guy. Bang! That's what you do to people who do that kind of stuff, like Rolf Harris, and make a Serbian film and all that shit. You throw grenades at them. You make them into this little red mess. Look at this. What were you watching? Serbian film? Fuck you, bitch. Pardon my French. Right, I saved the elders. I got the elders.
Okay.
I got the elders. We're heading back to the village. Special forces.
Well, thanks for making everything all serious, Ian. I was talking about Deadpool. Everything was fun. Everything was happy.
We were just laughing. That was fun.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
we
it's
did
true.
just have fun. Right. Okay. Where are? Oh shit.
Oh God! Now they were looking at.
Okay. I'm glad I brought the situation back up, Gary. Hey guys, do you need me to cut these guys down? No.
Well, at least they're not hanging skinless from the tree. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Coyote, chopper crew will fly the wounded out.
Fly the wounded. This guy looks wounded. Okay.
Yeah,
so
we'll
does
patch this guy right up.
Choppy.
Just
choppy.
gonna get a health pack on there.
Yo, Ramirez, we kicked ass. Where's Monty?
Where's Monty? Did Jez make it?
Monty, I think, is still by the trap door.
Probably up there somewhere still.
Oh, whoa, I gotta locate the enemy camp. Right, let's go kick some ass, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna talk about now. I gotta
Well,
go
you've totally thrown me with the whole the whole thing. Well, at least that's something I do want to bring up. Is again, probably everyone's noticed that some of our film reviews have been bobbing up and down like
Crazy.
yo-yos right now.
Like yellow barrels in the ocean.
Like yellow barrels in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, our Jaws review's been taken down multiple times. A couple of other videos. At least the companies now. I mean, I give up the battle with the ones that go, "Hey, we're taking the copyright. We're doing you for copyright. We're not going to block your video anymore. We're just going to slap adverts all over it, and it's ours now." And I'm like, you know what? When they do that, I'm just like, fine. The video is still up. Our review is still up. People can still watch it. Aggravated by unskippable adverts potentially, but at least then it's
up.
It's up, and people can view it,
and people can have fun watching it.
But Universal Studio.
Oh.
I mean, how many times in have we brought it up?
Universal Studios are.
They are on a warpath.
Kickers.
They are on a
copyright.
warpath right now.
Universal Studios eat this.
We considered a while back going over to Blip TV, remember?
Yes.
Because of the problems we were having on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we looked at going to Blip TV, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, they're undergoing transactions of, merging with another company, another video distributor online sort of thing. And then that ended up going over to Google. And Google also purchased YouTube. So they're all interconnected. So you can no longer migrate your account over to Blip. So what's happened now is that they've got rid of Blip.
Yeah.
And so all of the Blip users are now migrating over to YouTube. And what's happening is they're all getting their accounts closed down. They're getting all their reviews taken down. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to fucking YouTube. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome
you thought
back.
you had it fun on Blip for a
work
little while.
with the system. You got to work with the system.
But the great thing is that there are a shit ton of reviewers on YouTube right now that are fighting the system alongside us. I mean, to be honest, Ian, we're small fry.
Well, we are.
We are. We're a very, very niche kind of review group on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so, we're not going to get heard. I could go to, I don't know, Channel Awesome or fucking Angry Joe or Red Letter Medium and go, hey, how do you get around these processes?
I got this covered.
But
you know why?
Why?
Because I'm freaking awesome.
Well, you do. Well, I mean, this is just so you guys know that are listening now that when we're doing the reviews, at the moment, Ian sort of does quite a lot of the bulk of editing the reviews. I tidy them up and patch them up and get them up.
Yeah,
and then on the videos that we get stuck with, or I get stuck with, and I've rendered out up to 85 times, I go, Ian, I cannot get this video past copyright. I give it to Ian, and he's like, dum-da-dum-da-dum, dum-da-dum-da-dum, render out, uploaded, done. And it stays up there for about 6 months at least.
Yeah, until the company comes along and goes,
Whereas I'll edit the video and upload it, and it'll be like, alright, it's fine, cleared for copyright. And then within 7 hours, it's like down. So right now, we're working on a bunch of videos. As a result, we've kind of lost a couple of others through other corrupted hard drives and things, but
technical problems.
At least the
Always
big
the
ones, the ones that have proved popular, we're still trying to save, and we have discussed what to do with some of the old reviews that we lost, like Poltergeist, and perhaps just an audio recording of those films, just to get them up, just to have something. Did you make it?
I'm still alive. Yeah, you keep talking. There's a lot of VC down there.
Okay.
I didn't want to get blown away.
They're the people that are angry.
Yeah, Universal. Eat this, Universal.
So right now Universal is giving us some small problems. So
charge.
Whilst we're on the subject of Universal, I do just want to ask you guys that are listening now, because you guys are more loyal to us. I want to ask you, how would you feel if, because you do ask us over and over again to review Universal films, and the amount of issues we have with them, me and Ian have taken the stance now to not review any more Universal films.
Yeah, because
it's impossible. I want to. There's so many great Universal films to talk about. So many. Serenity, one of my favourite movies of all time. I daren't review it because I'd hate to.
They practically own South America.
Well, they're Universal.
Yeah.
So, but I love Universal Studios. Right now, me and Ian have been discussing and toying the idea of doing audio commentaries. That's it, audio commentaries for Universal films that we'd like to review but can't. And so that's something that we're toying with, and something that we're going to be exploring in the next couple of weeks, that you guys might see cropping up on the channel. So if you would love to hear some feedback, if you think it's a good idea, let us know.
Yeah, what he said. I just found the commander's intel.
Have you finished this mission yet?
I'm just about to blow up the
Have you-
weapons cache, and then I'll be out of here.
Alrighty.
Special forces, man. That's what I got to do. Oh, what's that? Is that cheap? Maslow Red Book. Get some money. I'm determined to sleep with all the women at Mama
There's
San's
going to be
village.
women?
Yeah, next to the base, Mama San's village.
Well, in that case, I'm definitely coming back next Saturday.
I've slept with like 3 or 4 of them at the moment. Got any grenades left? I got no grenades. Stop all my grenades. VC. 13 shots. I need to go back and get another gun. Bitch.
So what do you have to do now? Just clear these and make a run?
Clear these and get the weapons cache. That's all it is at the moment, man. That's all
What's
we
a
do.
cache?
Like
What's wrong with cache B and C?
It's French. I think it's French. Cache.
Cache.
It's sort of like box. Just a big box.
Oh.
Big ammo box. It's
Nice. So how is the gameplay? I mean, I know you're supposed to sometimes talk about the game you're playing in. Sometimes you kind of just watch you shoot stuff and kind of get transfixed. But how does it play still now?
Man, you just got to get back in the zone. Once I got back into the village and did the fort level, I think that that hour-long video that I did. Oh, get down.
That threw you right back into the
That
zone.
threw me back into the zone. And it's like any war game. You've literally just got to get your headshots down. I'm gonna die.
I thought you did that. Your
Yeah,
headshot off then. I saw the blood splat and you hit the deck.
Get my shield up. There wasn't a health pack in the village. Yeah, but obviously I don't get to practice it during the week. So when I come onto the camera, this is literally just a
Well, I was
playthrough.
looking at wrapping the video up here, but considering you're going to finish the mission first, I'm just going to talk about another film that I watched recently.
Okay.
You know what? It's another film that I enjoyed so much, I watched it twice.
Right.
You know, I try to watch each film twice that I'm going to review.
Yeah.
Not necessarily going to review this one, so I'll talk about it now.
Oh, okay.
I've
got the weapons cache.
I'm baffled. I'm kind of gaffing right now because I'm trying to actually remember the name of the film.
Okay.
I think it's Heart of the Sea.
Oh, the Moby Dick one.
The Moby Dick film, that's it, yeah. The guy with Thor as a sort of sea captain.
Yeah.
Absolutely mesmerised.
I knew you'd love it. You loved Moby Dick and that whole shit.
Well, yeah, and I was mesmerised by the performances, the cinematography, the music, it was engrossing. But,
Monty's questioning him about the leak from the base.
well, while he does that, I'm just going to tell everyone, thanks for watching. We'll be back next Saturday with the next part of the Sequential Saturday. Our film reviews are up on Thursdays, gaming on Fridays. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon. And the links are in the description below.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.